I told y'all, I knew this split was going to be messy. I mean, Stevie Wonder could have seen that coming. As many of you might remember, professional dancer Artem Chigvintsev was arrested this summer for domestic violence against his wife, Nikki Garcia, formerly known as Nikki Bella, an ex-professional wrestler and reality television star. After that, the district attorney in Napa, where they live, decided not to press charges against him. And to this day, Artem is adamant that Nikki lied about the abuse. Well, after everything that went down, they are divorcing. Complicating matters, they don't have a prenup, despite the fact that she was already very successful and making a lot of money at the time that they said I do. They have a young son, and that also is complicating matters. And now, just this week, Artem filed paperwork accusing her of sabotaging his career, and he wants payback. Which sounds sensible if he can prove that she lied. Just because the district attorney did not press charges, that does not equal her lying, right? It just equals the district attorney didn't have enough evidence to charge him to win in court. They have both gotten restraining orders against each other, and this is just messy, messy, messy. She also claimed that Artem was very upset that he couldn't get work as a professional dancer, but now, in these new papers that were just filed in court, he is countering that and claims the following. Quote, "It is not true that I have not been able to find other work as a dancer. I normally start jobs in November and it goes for 20 weekends. After the mugshot and the arrest based on her false allegations, I was taken off the website faculty list, resulting in loss of over $100,000 in income." He must be referring to teaching master classes, dance workshops, conventions, etc., etc. He adds, quote, "I also lost the social media promotion revenue, sponsored deals, which she continues to benefit from as she was more worried about her career when she lied to the police than mine." He is requesting that Nikki pay his out-of-pocket expenses because the temporary restraining order was granted without enough supporting facts. This includes paying his rent because he was kicked out of the home. He'd also like her to pay some or all of his legal fees. Once again, I think that sounds reasonable, all of that. I do. Ooh. And he argued in the papers filed this week in court that she has anger issues, something that she has denied. He says, quote, "She is the one with the temper. I try to stay quiet and avoid it. She yells, and on August 29th was yelling, pursuing me, and was the one who attacked me. It is a further lie that I was growing increasingly angry, snapping at her and yelling. I was not violent with her and did not violently grab or yell at her." He even claims that she lied about the reason that they were having an argument in the first place. She previously claimed in legal documents that he was belittling and berating her over their son and his eating and what she made for him and making him a picky eater. But he counters that they were arguing about how she booked work in New York when he was supposed to have surgery. He says, "We had an argument, but it's not how she describes it. We agreed months before my surgery that she would be there with Matteo, their son. I was supposed to fly to have my surgery on the 19th of May. She forgot about it and booked herself for work in New York. She then told me that her work was more important than my medical procedure, so she ended up leaving. Our son was left with the nanny. I canceled my ticket and stayed behind. She then started sending me texts for different flights I could take, so I ended up going because she insisted I go. I have texts to prove this. Wait, something doesn't add up here though. If the surgery and all of that was in May, you're still fighting about that in late August? Oh, clearly, I mean, it was a dysfunctional relationship. But he says he has the receipts. She then started sending me texts for different flights I could take, so I ended up going because she insisted. I have texts to prove this. He continues, she abused me, not the other way around. She threw shoes at me, followed me, and tried to break her way into the bedroom. He also slammed her for including their son in the restraining order that she got. Artem says, I cannot trust her anymore. Not only did she lie to the police so that her career remains intact, ruining mine, but she used the court proceeding to keep our son away from me for almost a month, not letting me see him until this court issued its 50-50 orders on October the 15th, which I am very grateful for. Almost a month without Matteo was miserable for me, and I am sure for him as well, and selfish of wife. She had been fighting for full custody, but as he mentioned, a judge said 50-50. And their temporary restraining orders against each other have both been extended through early December. I don't know. I think the fact that there's no prenup and everything he said makes a lot of sense to me. She should have had a prenup. She could have protected herself from this happening. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.